Hey everyone, today we are checking out the Z Fold 8. Wow, practically no crease. But of course this is brand new and hasn't been folded yet. Alright, before we boot it up, let's take a quick comparison between the Z Fold 7. So I've been dailying this Z Fold 7 for the whole year, and as you can see there's no case on this, and I've been using it without a case, and as you can see there are dings and scratches in all the corners of this phone. I have dropped this so many times I have lost count. So let's see what a year-old crease looks like on this thing. Wow, you see that? That's a huge, huge crease there. Compared to a brand new Fold 8. Now, the inside of the Fold 8 has the anti-glare or anti-reflective coating, and it is very good. It's probably hard to see on camera, but there is practically no reflection here. Let me move it to the side. It's hard to tell on camera, but this is quite a bit better than this one. It's hard to tell, but to the naked eye, there's definitely less reflection on the new phone. All right, let's fold this thing and keep it folded for a while and see what that crease looks like. Ooh. The hinge is a bit stiffer. It feels a bit stiffer compared to the old Fold 7. Yeah, there's definitely less resistance when you close this one. So the camera bump on the Fold 8 looks a little bit different. It's like translucent and it matches the back of this like glass. Whereas this one, the camera bump is solid. I can't tell if this is metal or plastic or glass, but at least visually it's not translucent. So while it's booting up, let's do a comparison between the Fold 7 and the Fold 8. Obviously, quite a bit wider than the Fold 7 and quite a bit shorter, as you can see here. I've also noticed that there is a bit more of a gap between the two halves of the phone compared to the Fold 7. So the Fold 7, it feels like it's basically touching, whereas this one, there is actually a bit of an air gap between the two screens. You can actually see the light coming through the back of this. Let me see if I can get a torch going here. So there's a light here. You can maybe see there's light coming through the gap of this phone. So it makes it a bit easier to open. I'm not sure, how well that'll go for like dust resistance. Dust is definitely going to get in there. I mean, dust gets in this one anyway, especially on the top and the bottom hinges. Every time I open it, there is some dust on the screen in the top here. But yeah, just one thing I noticed, there's a bit more of a gap here. Oh, here we go. It has booted up. I am in Australia, so let's get started. All right, sped run for the setup here. Let's see what the home screen looks like. Ooh, nice wallpaper. So this is the default layout that we get here. And let's open up this screen. Oh, you can start to see that the crease is showing up, but it's still a lot better than the previous one. Oh, this hinge is really stiff. It really wants to spring open. Very different to the Fold 7. Yeah, there is no spring open action. In fact, you have to really force it to even get it to lay flat. So yeah, whatever they did with the titanium, film has really gave it a springy kind of action. So I've pulled up a video because I wanted to compare like the video size, because everyone online says, oh, the wide one is so much better for video because there's less black bars, and look how much bigger the video is compared to the, the regular Fold 7. They compare it like this. Why don't you just rotate it like this? And now the video is the same size. Like the height is exactly the same size. Let me take a look. Yeah, the height of the video is exactly the same size here. It's not any bigger. And also, obviously, the width is practically the same. Maybe the wide one is like 2 millimeters wider. But yeah, sure, you get like less black bars on the wide one, but you also get like you know, less screen. I don't get the argument that the wide is better for video. I mean, the video size is the same. And when you're not watching video, this one physically has more screen to use. So while we're talking about video, let's talk about the audio. So on the wide, the speakers are in the same place as on the regular Fold 7. So on the I guess the top half, or the cover screen half of the phone, there is the speaker here. Hope it focuses. Yep. And then on the bottom, there's a speaker here. So when you open it in landscape, all the sound is coming from the left side. Now on the Fold 7, the regular, the square-shaped one, I guess, it's the same thing. So they've kept the same position, right? So this is the focus. Yeah, that's the speaker grill there, and also the speaker grill is on the bottom there. So if you open it, you know, yes, on the left side, but because the orientation when you open the I guess the tall boy this is portrait. So when you watch the video, you actually turn it like this, and now you have stereo speakers or stereo sound, and the video is as wide as the wide one. So again, I don't get the argument. Why is the wide one better for video? What the wide one is better for is actually short form video, because you turn it like this, and now, you know, you have your short form video, which is vertical video, and then you also have your stereo sound. So I don't know, maybe it's good for the TikTok generation, I guess. But what I will say is this feels like a tablet. So when you open it, because it is more in this landscape position, you feel like you're holding like a tiny, cute tablet, which is nice. Like, it's a nice thing to hold in your hand, but practicality wise, you know, you can achieve the same or similar screen real estate. It's just that because it's a more square form factor, when you hold it, it doesn't feel like a traditional tablet. So maybe something in your brain is like, oh, this feels weird. Let's talk quickly about one-handed typingness. I can do it. As you saw, I can reach almost the entire width of the keyboard, and I don't have particularly big hands. I think with swiping turned on, it'll be even better with the Gboard. I don't have that installed right now. But yeah, I think I can do it. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. I could definitely do it. There is a bit of like shuffling, maybe. You have to make sure that, you know, it's sitting in like the center of your palm so that you have, you know, good weight distribution for you to be able to, like, I guess, tip the phone forward a little bit to do it. But yeah, I think tapping with one hand is definitely possible, and I just did it. Also heard some reviews about people getting their fingers in the camera when they're taking a photo. I honestly don't see how that's a problem. The camera is there, and if you hold it like this, I mean, yeah, nah. Thickness wise, the new one, the wide one, is supposed to be thicker than the old one, or the Fold 7. But in the hand, you can't feel it. It's practically the same. Okay, just fired up a website here. So this opens up in portrait, obviously. So let me just turn this to portrait. And this is kind of what it looks like. So I guess you do see a bit more content because it's like a tiny bit longer, but also because it's narrower, so I guess it's forcing the website to scale down this picture, therefore giving more space for the text. But otherwise, you know, it looks pretty similar. The text on the Fold 7 is a bit bigger because it's slightly more screen real estate, so the rendering just kind of stretches a bit more. So if we turn this to landscape like this, and we go back to the top, and just to see what that looks like. So this is landscape. And we see here again, landscape-wise, well, landscape versus landscape, the Fold 7 does see a bit more content because it's more squarish and it gets more of that vertical real estate there. So in terms of browsing, I would say, you know, it's about the same. You know, if you really care about the couple of extra lines of text, and yeah, maybe the Fold 7 or the squarish size is slightly better. Let's talk about the haptics, because I don't think anyone's talked about that. So on the Fold 7, the haptics were okay. I wouldn't call them like flagship haptics. So if you've ever used like an iPhone or like a Pixel phone, those like vibration, those haptic motors are like on point. Like they're very precise, and it feels like a thumpy, weighty kind of feeling when it's in your hand. Whereas on the Fold 7, it felt a bit, what's the right word? Maybe like tinny or like a bit softer. It didn't feel as precise and as like thumpy as like a flagship phone does. Now on the Fold 8, it's the same, unfortunately. And you know what else is the same? The wobble. All right, let's try this crappy AliExpress case. See if it fits. Whoa. 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 Okay, not bad. Front piece. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not bad. AliExpress. Oh, hang on, let me get some MagSafe stuff. An OhSnap grip. Whoa. Does this solve the wobble? Oh, it does? Nice. So this is the official magnet wireless battery pack from Samsung. I'm pretty sure this doesn't fit, but let's take a look. So that's that. It's pretty thick. About as thick as the phone with the case on. But that's, yeah. 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 Yeah, nah. So I think that's it for my first unboxing and quick look at the Fold 8. I've only had it for, about an hour. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want me to go over, and hope this is useful, and thanks for watching. Oh, hey, hang on, this stopped earlier. Hey, slightly better, there you go.